stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beach dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need pre-wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
All right, first of all, whomever this lady was, that was Tiana when we were there at Disney World January 2019. I hope someone tells her that she made my daughter's life. Like, my daughter talked about spinning with Tiana and watched this clip over and over for the next 2 years. Look at my little girl. She's dizzy with attention. Best day of her life. Anyway, this is my second time actually watching Princess and the Frog. The first time was in the hotel room at our last trip to Disney World on November 2021. We went like in that 2-week window when they opened the airports. And before Omicron, yeah, we had to wear masks everywhere, but no, we didn't care. It was honestly the best Disney World trip we have ever taken. I don't know if it's because we thought we might never be back there, or it's because we waited so long to return while the world was shut down. Maybe it felt like things were returning to normal, I don't know. But it was so good in 2021. We stayed at Riverside, but every night we left whatever theme park we were at, and we went to Disney Springs, then we took the boat to French Quarter, filled up our mugs, and then walked to Riverside again. Greatest trip ever, but we also kind of fell in love with French Quarter and booked our next trip this November to stay there. Pumped for that, but now going back to November 2021, one night we walked back from French Quarter and my daughter was all inspired, beignets in hand, and she wanted to watch Princess and the Frog, so we did, and I managed to sneak my phone under the TV set here, set the photo timer, and I got this amazing picture. This is my favorite family picture of all time. This is us watching Princess and the Frog in the hotel room. So last week we finally booked our 2023 Disney trip and our first ever stay at French Quarter coming up in November. My daughter suggested we watch Princess and the Frog again to get inspired again, and while I obviously don't have it on VHS, we do have the DVD, so let's go. Episode 199, people. We start with toddler Tiana and her friend Charlotte being told a fairy tale story about a princess kissing a frog, and they're adorable kids. Tiana and her mom take the train home. Tiana and her dad are cooking gumbo. They don't have much, but the family is tight. They're a fun trio. Their dad is a great cook. All the neighbors come to eat his food, and we're told that food brings people together. Dad has plans to open his own restaurant called Tiana's, and they wish on a star. Dad makes Tiana promise she'll never lose sight of what's really important. They tuck Tiana into bed, and as soon as they leave her bedroom, Tiana hops out of bed, grabs her dad's Tiana restaurant sketch, looks out the window, wishes upon a star, and a frog shows up on her windowsill. She screams, passage of time. We are 10 years later. Tiana returns from her job as a waitress. She's exhausted. She fills up her tip jar and passes out. Yeah, that's the restaurant industry right there, 100%. Great opening montage of Tiana going about her business in New Orleans as the locals party around her and the men gawk at her, but Tiana don't got time for that. She is going to keep her promise to her dad, save every cent she can, and open that damn restaurant. In the montage, we meet the bad guy, the voodoo man, Dr. Facilier. Am I saying that right? In the montage, we also learn that handsome Prince Naveen is coming to town, but Tiana is but a lowly waitress. But dreams do come true in New Orleans. Tiana's friends come into the restaurant and invite her to go out dancing, but she says no because she's got to work a double shift to save more money for, her own restaurant. Her friends are visually exhausted about hearing Tiana talk about her dreams, and that might be the most realistic thing I've ever seen in a Disney movie. Grown-up Charlotte and her dad come in, and he orders beignets. Hey now, Charlotte is like, Dad invited Prince Naveen over, and he's staying at our place. Tiana tells Charlotte, Mama always said the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I get it, But so far, let's be honest, Tiana is like that slightly annoying friend everyone has, right? Talking about my dreams, and here's some inspirational quotes. Anyway, Charlotte is like, yes, I want you to cook for us. You got to cater for us. And with this next high-profile gig, Tiana will now have enough money for a down payment for the restaurant. Her mom shows up to celebrate the purchase with a pot of Dad's gumbo. This is, oh, they're the actual location Dad wanted as well. That's fun. We bust into Almost There. Great hit song. Love the animation of this movie. Normally I would roll my eyes and be skeptical about the portrayal of New Orleans and how fun it is and magnetic. But one of my best friends went there on vacation with his wife one year, and it like sent them on a completely different path. They worked their butts off to get US citizenship and move there, and they did, and they never came back. So Prince Naveen arrives and runs into the bad guy, and he wants to read his palm and breaks into Friends from the Other Side. For the longest time, I thought this song was from Hercules. I like this guy. Perfect bad guy for a movie set in New Orleans. He's like 50% Dr. John. Big fan. Some fantastic animation here. He tricks the prince and his chubby little bumbler handler into agreeing to a spell. So the grumpy, jealous handler goes into the prince's body, and the prince goes into a frog's body, and we transition to the party, and Tiana is serving up beignets. Hey now, Charlotte is freaking out because the prince hasn't showed up yet, and then after some performance drama, he does, and Charlotte is going to shoot her shot, and they dance. A couple of lawyers show up to speak to Tiana, and they're like, sorry, someone outbid you on the restaurant property, girl. They're kind of about the whole thing as they chomp her free beignets and walk away. Charlotte, to her credit, sees her gal T is in distress and leaves the prince to take Tiana aside and tries to cheer her up and get to the bottom of it. She gets her all dressed up for the party and is like, you're gonna kill it, girl. And I love when the usually one-dimensional side characters, like the sketchy ones, have depth and redeeming qualities. I like that. Tiana goes to the roof with her dad's sketch of the restaurant. She feels it slipping away. She wishes upon a star. She sees a frog and she says, so what am I supposed to do? Kiss you? And the frog's like, it would be nice, because it's Prince Naveen in frog form. He was stuck in a jar but escaped. The frog prince is like, hey, if you kiss me, I could help you financially get that restaurant going. And, you know, personally, while I don't like the implications of a woman exchanging affection for money, she agrees to kiss him, but swerve after she kisses the frog. Instead of him turning human, she turns into a frog and chaos ensues. They bumble through the party. They escape on some balloons like Up. If I'm following this correctly, the bumbler in the prince's body needs to marry the princess, and then he and the voodoo guy will split the riches. We also learn that the fake prince needs the voodoo necklace to keep looking like the prince and keep the charade going. The frogs make it to the swamp or the bayou. They get attacked by birds and crocodiles, and even with the rescuers' PTSD, this movie is great. The Frog Prince keeps trying to put the moves on Frog Tiana. Prince Frog is kind of a self-centered jerk. I'm trying to figure out what like the angle is here. Like, who is Tiana going to end up with? We meet Louis, the crowd favorite trumpet-playing crocodile. They want to go see Madame Odie because she has the powers to turn them back into humans. And the crocodile wants to come so Madame Odie can turn him into a human as well. And then he can finally play with the best New Orleans jazz bands. Back at the mansion, awkward pretend prince asks Charlotte to marry him, and she says yes, just as the spell starts to wear off, and he flips back to a short fat bumbler, and the voodoo guy says he's gonna need some help from friends from the other side. And are we gonna go back into the song? No? They need to bring the frog back so the spell keeps working. Frog girl is hungry and there are flies, and she says, no way I'm gonna kiss a frog and eat a fly in the same day. My daughter screams, it's not the same day! And she's not wrong, because they slept in a tree last night. It's like the next day. Whatever. We meet Ray the lightning bug, and again, rescuers, PTSD, but this movie is doing a good job of putting a happy face on these locations. Again, beautiful animation. The redneck Ray gets his redneck bug family, and they perform a song about a bayou. And of all the songs so far in this movie, my daughter jumps up and scream sings this one. The way they use light in these scenes is some of Disney's best work. We go back to the voodoo guy. When he takes his hat off, he looks like Prince. You know Prince, the guy from the Batman soundtrack. I mean, okay. That's how I know him, but I guess he's also like the Purple Rain guy for the real fans out there. Rest in peace, Prince. Voodoo Man calls all his demons and tells them to find the frog, search the bayou, the quarter? Bring him back alive. Even the demon animation is great. All these shadows go streaming across the top of the water. Out of nowhere, we pivot to 3 swamp hillbillies, like people, out looking for frogs to catch to make frogs' legs. The frog prince says he's figured out what Tiana's problem is. She doesn't know how to have fun. Ouch! The truth. That's gotta sting. She justifies her hard work because she's saving up for her restaurant. The swamp hillbillies attack, and the lightning bug flies up one of the hillbillies' noses. The other hillbilly captures Frog Tiana. Prince Frog ends up on one of the hillbillies' heads, and the other 2 hillbillies start relentlessly clubbing him over the head trying to kill the frog, but they keep missing the frog and just crowning this poor guy over and over and over. That is funny stuff. And I've said hillbillies more in the last minute than the rest of my life combined. Once they are free, Frog Tiana is going to cook for everyone, and there's a funny exchange where she tries to get the entitled Prince Frog to mince a mushroom, and he has no idea. And the humor in this movie actually really lands. It's good. The demons are on the lookout for the frogs. The firefly slows things down with the next, like, Kiss the Girlish song. The alligator plays the trumpet, and hey now, how can these 2 not fall in love, right? Now, Tiana gets cold feet right before they kiss, and the demons grab Prince Frog, but then Mama Odie shows up and blasts them. The reptiles all come inside of the reptiles? Mama Odie's place, and the frogs are pleading their case. Mama Odie is a party. She's with them, then she passes out. She bursts into another banger, dig a little deeper. This movie has great music again. After the song, Madam Odie's like, "Do you understand what you need now, child?" And Frog Tiana's like, "Yeah, I gotta work even harder and get my restaurant." Mama Odie's like, "Ah, no, girl." And all the animals are like, "Ah, she didn't get it. All right, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're about to start the song again because she missed the point. That was a really funny moment. So now Charlotte has to kiss the Prince Frog before midnight to break the spell. And if they don't, then he'll be a frog forever because he has to kiss a princess. They all hop on a riverboat, and Prince Frog tries to romance Tiana Frog as they float by, hopefully her future restaurant location. She's excited to see it. Prince wants to give her a ring, but she starts talking about her dead dad, and he gets cold feet. Chicken. My girlfriend was telling me about her dead dad when I proposed. It was practically the whole reason. Prince Frog gets nabbed and stuffed in a box as the fake human prince goes to marry Charlotte during Mardi Gras. Frog escapes, and Frog Prince and fake prince go at each other. Voodoo guy summons his demons again. Turns out the demons really hate light, so Firefly kicks some demon butt, and Voodoo Charlie slinks through the alleys in like a graveyard. Tiana gets the necklace and threatens to break it into a million pieces. Voodoo turns her human and shows her a future where she's running her restaurant. All her dreams are true, and he tells her she can have it all if she hands the necklace back over. She says no, and then he brings up her struggles and reminds her of her dad, and no matter how hard and how beat down he was, he always made time for her, and that knocks me back a little bit as a dad. I feel that. He's like, "Do it for your dad. You're almost there." She says, "Daddy didn't get what he wanted, but he had what he needed. He never lost sight of what's important." And she says, "No, I won't give you the necklace again." But after that incredible monologue, he just like plucks it out of her hand anyway. Then she uses her frog tongue, though, to get it back. She smashes it. Everything goes haywire. The demons attack Voodoo Man and suck him back to New Orleans hell, I guess. Charlotte is banging on the door looking for Prince Naveen, and the bumbler non-prince guy opens the door. Frog Prince hops up and is like, "It's me," to Charlotte, and she squashes the frog with a book. Whoops! He explains how she has to kiss him, and he and Tiana will turn back to human, and then the prince and Charlotte, they can get married, but she must give Tiana all the cash she needs to open the restaurant. Tiana's like, "No! Don't marry her." He's like, "But then you don't get your cash in your dream." And she's like, "My new dream is you." Okay. Charlotte kisses the frog so he and Tiana can be together, selfless. Good job. But the clock hit midnight right before she kisses him, so nothing happens. Crocodile comes, and the lightning bug is really hurt. They tell the bug that they are staying frogs and are staying together. Ray dies? No way. Is this a third act death scene? No, I think he's dead. He's really dead. They send his body out to sea, but the stars come out and everyone is happy. Madam Odie marries the frogs, and they turn human after they kiss. The spell is broken, because once they got married, Tiana became a princess, so he kissed a princess after all, and now they get married in the human world as well. Charlotte catches the bouquet, the alligator crocodile threatens the lawyers, and they hand Tiana the keys to the property, and she opens her daddy's dream restaurant, and the prince is working there as well. Okay, I'm not going to overthink it. This is a great ending. This was a great movie. Tiana's place is a hit. I loved all of this. Excited for the new Splash Mountain. My daughter has great taste in movies. Next week, episode 200, people. It has been a ride. We're going. We're going to keep going.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a
concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.